One of my sales reps was saying that we should hold a party next year called Rum and Cokin'. It's Vegas, baby. You got to have rum and cokin'.
Coverage of SEMA 2024 is brought to you by Mueller Coops and Fortis HD. For all your tooling and rubber track needs, visit FortisHD.com.
All right, we're here with Carly at the Cokin booth, SEMA 2024.
We're going to talk about our Wobble Fix extensions. This specific set is the PK3763/6. The /6 stands for the fact that there's 6 pieces. So the Wobble Fix design was actually originally invented by Cokin. So Cokin invented that dual function, so not just the wobble, but both the wobble and the fix. So basically what that does is it has that wobble functionality, it has 15 degrees of rotation all the way around, and then it also does that fix motion. The great thing about this, there's amazing knurling here. So basically what it does is when you put it down, it's not going to run away from you because it's going to stop there because of those gaps. The other great thing is when you put it on a ratchet, that knurling acts amazing as a little quick spinner. So that's one of the reasons I really love it.
That's one of the reasons I really like their extensions.
No way.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part when I saw your guys' extensions versus a lot of the other people that make them. There's only one other company that I've come across that puts the knurling in the correct spot, but they don't do the little space between for like the anti-roll feature that these guys do. So if you're ever wrenching and you get something and it's not quite finger loose, and it's you can still keep your ratchet on there and just kind of spin it out with one hand, right? The problem is when the knurling's up here, I can't, it's not practical, and it's nice when it's here because that's the thick part of the extension. It just makes sense, so why not, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So that's something I've always liked about them. I'm glad we touched on that right away.
Yeah, for sure. We do have these in a variety of sizes, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch, of course, variety of lengths. The next thing I'll show you guys is something that's kind of similar to our nut grip design, but it's in spark plugs. This is the 3300CZ-14. It's a 14 millimeter, and the Z is the Z series. So the great thing with this is that there is a brass guide. This brass guide guides the ceramic of the spark plug into place, so you can't, heavily push that in and cause damage to the ceramic. It kind of stops it from going too heavily in. The other great thing is that it is clip type. So there's no magnet, there's no rubber bearing that falls out, no magnet that loses strength over time. It's a clip design, so then it clips into place and snaps in. This is our Z series design, so it's also thin wall. The thin wall design makes it so it's actually basically flush with that spark plug. So it can go anywhere you need it to go.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. Nice. See that? You combine that with a wobble socket and you can kind of get around, on a cylinder head and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very cool tool. I feel like you guys are always doing something a little different and kind of innovating, reinventing the wheel.
we try to.
I mean, it's cool. There's always something new. So yeah. What else we got here?
The ratchets. Yeah, so the ratchet right there is actually, this one is our most popular seller in the States.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a 1/4 inch body, 3/8 head. So this is our 72 tooth mechanism. It's dual pawl, so basically there's a floating second pawl in here. That floating second pawl moves with the gear, so it never skips a tooth. It's gonna pivot with that gear and move with it. 72 teeth and 5 degrees per click. A lot of the higher tooth ratchets, like 90, 120, they skip teeth because that higher tooth count is going to make it so that they're so fine that they skip. So in reality, higher tooth counts really don't have that capability.
You don't want less teeth, more better, right?
There you go. Yeah, like you, right?
Yeah. Thanks for that. I mean, that's not what I was getting at, but I'm glad you pointed that out.
Yes.
I'm just mad you stole my joke. Like just the ratchets in general. I mean, I have this version without the quick release. Is the quick release new on these ones?
It's actually pretty new, yeah.
Okay.
So the quick release we released for all of our ratchets other than 1/4 inch, just probably within the last 9 months. And so it's new on all of our ratchets.
You know what I like about it is it doesn't make the head like gargantuan like some other brands. They make a quick release version and the head all of a sudden gets like 50% bigger because of the mechanism inside. These guys are still same profile, and I mean, like a C hair bigger there. Not really, you can't even hardly see it. It's nice and slim.
Yeah.
But I've been a huge fan since I got this one last year. I've been using like every time. It's my go-to ratchet now. Our go-to for the longest time was those snap-on FL, whatever, I don't know the part number. You know the one, the equivalent of this with the hard plastic handle. That's my go-to. I've complained about them in the past because I've warranted a lot of them. Our Cokin one we've been using for the last year, It hasn't skipped a beat. It's smoother than the first day I got it because I'm wearing it in and breaking it in.
Sure.
And I've just been a really big fan of it. I do like the grip, even though it's not like a true comfort grip maybe with the ergonomic handle. It's simple. I like it. It's durable. It hasn't swollen up or anything. I mean, a few marks on it because it is kind of soft
It's
plastic, but
elastomer, yeah.
yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's kind of like a perfect in between, right? Great ratchet, great tool. I've been a big fan of it.
Yeah, touching upon the fact that you said that its head was small, the whole Z series line, our entire concept is that we want everything to be low profile. We don't want it to be too bulky. We don't want it to be too heavy.
Yeah.
And so we try to really follow that through with everything we do. So with that quick release design, we thought the same concept. Let's make sure that it's, flush with that ratchet so it doesn't cause an annoyance. So
Yeah, and using these guys, like I have this little quarter drive with the 3/8 square on it.
sure.
Yeah, I got that one as well. I've been using it quite a bit. I do like that. You put it on a socket and I mean, it's kind of a nice little hand ratchet when you're in like an engine bay or somewhere tight, you can still crack it loose and spin it out.
Yeah.
I had the 1/4 inch version as well that I stuck in my little travel kit, and that is actually my like go-to kit when I'm out in the field now in the truck because I moved from a large service truck down to a F-150. I don't have a lot of room for a lot of tools, but my go-to kit has been that little quarter drive Koken set. And I'll take it up on a machine with me, and now it goes up to 13, the one, but it'll cover most of what you're doing a lot of times, right? You're working on an engine bay or you're working in an interior, I could bring that little setup with me and take apart a whole dash and get in there, right? For the most part, right? I mean, we don't have the luxury in the field of carrying a whole roll cab full of every single tool under the sun. It's just use what works most of the time, right? So
This ratchet is the 3726Z. This with the regular cover, the fixed head is the 3725Z. This is the 2726Z dash 3/8, and then this is the this is the 3726ZB for button dash 280 because it's 280 millimeters long.
was there anything else you wanted to show us here that's new or?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
wanted to show you guys this, which just showcases basically all of the different designs that we have here. There's some gaps because we're at the SEMA show and obviously people like to grab things and show them and demo them. But we also in here have that internal mechanism view. So if anyone's interested in seeing how that actual mechanism works, there's that first pawl that's fixed, that second pawl that's floating, and how it actually pivots with that gear and follows it through. So,
Very neat.
you want to see it?
I've never actually seen it inside, I don't think, so very cool. Yeah, very smooth. I like it. I switched a lot of my stuff over to Koken, so
Hey,
something to be said for that.
it's the way to go. Japanese tools are the highest quality. They care so much about making everything
Yeah.
perfect. That's why we only do sockets, socket wrenches, and socket accessories because don't want to step outside of our lane and do something we're not perfect
Well, that's
at.
just it. We talked to a few other companies. Like one of our favorites is like Knipex, Mueller. You guys, you know what you do and you do it well, and you don't have to make everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Stick with what you guys do, and like if you're gonna do it, overdo it,
Yep.
right? One more thing we want to show you guys, especially field guys. You're working on your machine, whatever you're working on, and you blow up a head. It happens. It's gonna happen eventually. Things do wear out. So a lot of guys will carry a spare rebuild kit maybe for their head or their ratchet, right? Harley's gonna show us. You guys have rebuild kits available now?
We do. So all of our ratchets are lifetime warranty, but
Yeah.
if for some reason you want to service it on your own, that's perfectly great. It's a pretty serviceable ratchet. Honestly, all you need is this one Torx bit right here that's there. And then once you take that Torx out, everything kind of will fall out. That's actually the same bolt here as there. Everything kind of just falls into place. We didn't want to make it too complicated because we don't want people to not be able to do it on their own. This is all of the mechanisms that are actually in there. So, we have the spring, we have the cover. This is one of the pawls here. This is the second pawl, and this is the cover piece. So basically what you do is you throw it in there. It's probably a little bit easier if I actually took this apart, but you put this here, you put that there, you put the spring in place, and then you put this. This is the maneuverable quick change here so that you can go back and forth, the reversible ratchet mechanism. Put that there, screw it in, bam, you're done. It's as simple as that. We tried to make it simple.
Redundancy. That's like the biggest thing. So, us being out in the field, Yeah, the lifetime warranty is great. You don't always have that option. What are you going to do? Stop your job and drive into town and warranty it out, or wait for it to get shipped to you? I mean, if you carry a few of these on, at least you can service your Ratchet, right? You know, and that's usually what fails on a Ratchet. I mean, on the Flex Head, you might occasionally bust one of these ears off. I've done that in the past, but at least you can service that square drive. So it's nice that you guys think of that and you actually offer like a full range of kits for all the sizes.
Yeah.
So if you have multiple different Coke and Ratchets, you can get these
Yeah,
service
so
kits.
I'm working on this kind of kit where you can have all of the different Ratchet repair kits. Very much prototype here, but I was thinking that basically what you would do for like everyone's truck is have all the different repair kits underneath here, maybe have the SKU so you know it's missing, and just have them all there. Maybe some QR codes for the repair videos. We do have some online, so yeah, it's as simple as that. I'm hoping that maybe we can do that in the future. So
Yeah, no, very cool. We like it when companies think about, you know, they know that their product will fail at some point. You guys plan for it, and that's huge. That's huge for us, at least in the heavy duty side in the field.
yeah,
That's
for
what
heavy
it's
duty
all about.
specifically, yeah.
Keep us rolling, right? That's the point. So.
Yeah. What I will say is warranty is less than 1% of our sales right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, your Ratchet's probably not going to fail for a long time, but, you know, we want you to be prepared for when it does, if it does.
Yeah, I say when, because I know I can, like, if you want it to break, give it to us, we'll break it. We'll find a way.
If you use it, you abuse it,
exactly.
you're going to need a repair kit.
Yeah,
so.
that, or, you know, working out in the field with corrosion and all that, that's a factor as well. I found, just to touch on that again, like over the last year, we've been using it out in the mud, the rain, whatever. I haven't really had too much corrosion issues because you guys are sealed, right? You got like a sealed head and everything. So as far as you were talking about, what was the thing you were saying before about the grease and the oil? Like you guys don't oil them?
Yeah, so we do put a little bit of oil in here. We do say when you service your Ratchet and when you initially buy it, you do not need to add more oil. We actually don't recommend it because this is a fine-tooth ratchet, and over-oiling it can make things, you know, maybe not work as properly as they should.
Yeah, it gets gummy and sticks to oil, and then all of a sudden you got skipping teeth, and
Yeah, exactly. So we do put a standard one from Japan in here when we manufacture the Ratchets, but again, you really don't need to. And when you put a repair kit in, up to you.
And it looks like, I was just looking at the bag here, because when it
little
ships,
bit of oil's on the palm.
and that's all you need, so you can service the Ratchet, clean it all up, and throw it in as it is, right?
Exactly. Yep, we try to make it easy for you.
User-friendly, so. Stud installers.
These are the 4103As. A stands for SAE, so this is the SAE stat. If you want a metric, it's 4103M. And then the stud pullers are the 4100Ms, and then for SAE, 4100As. So.
Yeah, a couple other things we're going to touch on that kind of stuck out to me, interested me. You guys mentioned that you've been making the flare nuts for a little while already. You got some new sizes.
Yep. Should we wear them like rings?
Heck yeah. One ring to rule them all.
There you go.
And in the darkness bind them. Hey, guess what? I'm a nerd too. Nerd alert. Yeah, which sizes are new?
Yeah, so we added a bunch of sizes, some larger sizes. Basically, we had a lot of the O2 sensor or flare nut sockets in the smaller metric sizes. And so we added some higher ones, you know, in the 20s so that we could, you know, service the more larger vehicle O2 sensors.
Do you have them in standard as well?
The flare nut sockets, actually, I don't think so yet. So I believe we only have metric in the flare nuts.
Yet. They always say that yet, because, you know,
We're very much working on expanding our line. That's been our big focus, especially in 2024, is adding those additional sizes for the US market, as well as adding more SAE.
Something I like for these sensor sockets or flare nut, whatever you want to call them, they're really good for fuel injector lines, right? Cummins and, well, pretty much anything, Cat, old Cat stuff. You can use a 22 in place of a 7/8, but they're great for getting, you know, you can get them on there and have the line sticking out and at least crack your line loose a lot of times, right? Instead of just using a wrench, because you can't always fit a wrench in there. So these are very, very handy for diesel guys for getting around lines and just cracking loose, right? So, you know, when you're bleeding injectors, that kind of thing, very handy for that, because a lot of times those lines will come out and have a bend right away. So usually it'll clear out the size. So I know they're usually advertised as a sensor socket, but that's another place where they kind of double up, and it can be really handy for you for that. Yeah, something else I wanted to check out, because usually what I end up doing with this is just double nutting a stud and running it in. But
Sure.
you guys actually offer stud installers.
Yes, so these are stud setter sockets. So these you can obviously thread the stud in, and then there's a ball on the bottom so you don't thread too far. And then we also have these stud pullers, which obviously pull the stud out. And these actually have 3 circular pieces that basically enclose that bolt when you
It's like a
screw it the
cam,
right way.
right? So
yeah,
when
it
it,
cams
when it
and
turns, they ride up on a ramp, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the harder you turn it too, the harder those rollers are going to grip the stud. Right?
Yeah. Actually, one thing I'm remembering, so we also have the stud puller ratchets, which basically have that same mechanism as that stud puller, but it can go fully through, and it's a ratcheting mechanism.
Yes, if you got like a really long stud or something. Yeah, very cool. Very neat.
Yeah.
And I usually just weld a nut to things when I do this, but it's nice to have a tool that's for the application, right? Because these won't damage the stud
That's correct.
as you pull them, right?
That is
Bite
correct.
in, but they won't like damage it.
Yes.
Whereas when I'm pulling them, usually I end up either damaging it because I'm welding a nut on or something, or using a pair like a pipe wrencher or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, these are both built to
Yeah.
not cause any damage, yes.
Thanks for showing us all the new stuff and some of the old stuff. Yeah, what's your favorite ratchet? Everyone knows what mine is now. What's yours?
Yeah, mine is definitely this one. The 3/8 head, stubby ratchet in the 1/4 inch body. Oh my gosh, I love it. I just play with it. It's just fun to have around.
What do the Americans call that? Your EDC, everyday?
Oh yeah, like your ADHD fidget toy, right?
There's that too, yes.
Yeah?
No, everyday carry, right? What are they?
Oh!
That's like a thing you guys always talk about. What's your everyday carry? Mine's like a Browning BAR, or whatever. I don't know.
My everyday carry is no.
Whoa! She just whipped that out on camera, you guys.
Yeah.
And for all your Coke and tool needs, Fortis HD has the full catalog available. If you don't see what you want, let us know and we will get them for you. For a list of all the tools seen in this video, check us out, fortishd.com.
All right. Well, that's the Koken booth at SEMA 2024. Thanks for watching. I hope you made it this far through the video. Check them out. Check them out on Fortis HD. Check out the catalog and reach out if you guys are looking for anything. Thank you, Carly. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you next year. You can show us a bunch more new things.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to it.
Can I see your everyday carry?
Well, it's my everyday carry. Everyday carry, the weight of the world on my shoulders. Every day. Wow, that was deep.
Thanks for watching. We have more SEMA 2024 videos coming. If you have Coke and tools, let us know how you like them. If you don't have Coke and tools, let us know why you don't have them.